The woman who invented the modern bra had one of the most insane lives I've ever heard of. Welcome back to my Historical Baddie series. Today's baddie is Caress Crosby. Her legal name was Mary Phelps Jacob, and she was born to a wealthy New York family in 1892. When she was 19, she was getting ready for a society ball when she realized the stiff corset underneath her dress was totally ruining the way it looked. So she and her maid grabbed 2 silk handkerchiefs, some ribbon, and basically invented a whole new kind of undergarment. It was lightweight, backless, and way less restricted than a traditional corset. So Miss Girl went all the way to the patent office in 1914 and filed it as the backless brassiere, selling the patent for only $1,500. The company that bought it, of course, went on to make millions from her design. But honestly, that is probably the least interesting thing about her life. After her invention, she married a wealthy Bostonian named Richard Peabody, and they had 2 children together, but divorced in 1922. But we all know a baddie doesn't stay down for long, because that same year, she married Harry Crosby, a wealthy 24-year-old from Boston who was about 7 years younger than her. He gave her the nickname Caress, and thus Caress Crosby was born. The two of them decided to move to Paris with her children and became a part of an incredibly glamorous bohemian circle of American artists. They eventually founded their own publishing house, which they called Black Sun Press, which published early works by writers like James Joyce, Ernest Hemingway, and then things took a very dark turn. In 1929, Harry was 31 years old when he was found dead in a New York hotel room alongside his lover, Josephine Noyes-Roch. They had both been shot. It was widely reported as a murder, although the circumstances were never completely clear as there was no side note. Harry had been obsessed with death for years and apparently viewed dying together with Josephine as the ultimate expression of their love. Here's the part that gets me. Caress was only 36 years old. She lost her husband in this incredibly public scandal, and then she went right back to Paris and continued running their publishing house. In a time where it would have been very understandable to run and hide, she stood on business. She kept publishing, became involved in world peace and international citizenship movements, and spent the rest of her life reinventing herself. She eventually bought a medieval castle in Italy and turned it into a refuge for artists and writers. Life goals. She died in Rome in 1970 at 77 years old due to complications from pneumonia. And today, her legacy is so much bigger than the bra. She helped bring some of the most important writers of the 20th century to the public before they were famous, and the Black Sun Press is still considered an important part of literary history. So basically, she invented the bra, got divorced, had 2 kids, moved to Paris, married a younger millionaire, published Hemingway and James Joyce, lost her husband in a mysterious double shooting at 36, and then spent the next 40 years living an absolutely insane artistic bohemian life. And somehow, I had literally never heard of her. Thanks for getting curious with me, guys. See you next time.